welcome back to the basic series. If you're new here, my name is Giselle, and today we're gonna go through some tips and tricks that I have for you guys in regards to contouring. If you're just joining us on the basic series, first of all, I can't believe that, but second of all, I'll catch you up. All the links will be in my description. You can go ahead and click off anyone that you want to see how we got to this point. If you found this video helpful, you learned something that you didn't know before, make sure that you like this video and also subscribe for more, because I got more heat coming for your ass, okay? Also make sure to hit that notification bell. That way, you know, you get notified every time I get a post and stuff. That's cool. Without further ado, let's get this show on the road. There are so many different mediums that you can use to contour. The first one that we're going to talk about is cream. These are sold by Anastasia as like foundation sticks, like it's in their foundation range, but this one is used as a contour. It's called Mink, and I'm just going to swatch it here for you. I really like this one because it's cool tone. So I definitely use this when I'm going for like a more dewy, no makeup application. I just kind of like put it in the hollows of my cheekbones and anywhere like around my temples and stuff like that I kind of want to hollow out. The reason why I like that it's cool tone is because if you think about shadows, they're usually cool tone. Like, have you ever seen a warm tone shadow? No, because they're like gray or black or whatever. So I really like this one. This one, I think I got like from like Avon or something. So it's like a way more deeper, like chocolatey. So this is like a more intense kind of a deal. And the way that I use these cream contours is I would put it over like my wet foundation or even underneath and just kind of like blend it out and diffuse it so that it looks a little bit more natural. Now there also are more affordable bronzing items that you can definitely pick up. This one is from Milani. It's their baked bronzer, and this one is from e.l.f. It comes in like a duo, and this one I really like for like a nice sheer bronze. It has like nice gold reflex. Actually, both of them do. So that way, if you're looking for more like a sun-kissed kind of vibe, you know, you can definitely go ahead and put that on your cheeks. For these, I definitely would say, like, even with bronzers all around, use like a more fluffy brush. That way you kind of like have everything nice and diffused. That would be like more of like a bronzy look, whereas a contour, you want to make sure that your lines are sharp, which we'll get into in a second. So there's two different ways that you can add dimension to your face. There is bronzing and then there's contouring. Contouring is more of adding shadows to your face, going for like maybe like a more chiseled look, kind of like shaving off some extra stuff that you got going on, maybe some of this, you know what I'm talking about? But the bronzing is more like if you're going for like a sun-kissed kind of vibe, everything looks like nice and glowy. So that would be like what both of those different techniques are used for. Now, as far as powders for contouring, I like to use a couple different things. This one is from MAC. It came out with the Really Hearts MAC collection, so I know that they don't sell this anymore, but MAC definitely has a lot of other powders that I have in my collection that I love to use. There's Blunt, there's Scult. Those powders both are actually really bomb, but I love to use this as well. It's like a nice, like a tan. Well, obviously, you know I like to use it because I hit pan, but it's like a nice neutral brown. That one is like more like my softer everyday looks. And I also like to use the Fenty Beauty Sun Stalk'r. The color that I'm in is Caramel Cutie because guess what? In case you didn't notice, I'm a Caramel Cutie. So it's like a really nice rich brown. And also a little tip, if you didn't know, if you have a foundation that's sitting around the house that's in a powder form and it's too dark for you, why not just use it as a contour? So that's what I use this one for. This one is MAC NW40 in their Studio Fix powder. It's way too dark for me. I don't know what I was thinking, but instead of feeling like I wasted my money, I definitely use this in a repurposed format for the face. So you can definitely do that as well. So for today's demonstration, I'm taking the Caramel Cutie vibes all the way home, okay? So I'm gonna take this. I really like this brush from MAC, especially when I'm going for like a precise contour. It's like a flat top, super slim brush, but it's like wide this way, but it's like slim that way, you know what I mean? So I like to take that and like dab it into the contour color that I'm going to use. And the bottommost part of the brush, so when I place it on my face, that's where I want the bottom of my contour to go. So the way that you can kind of pinpoint exactly where to lay the color is you can either make this really stupid face, or you can kind of like feel out the bones in your face. Now, if you put your hand here, you should feel where the highest point of your cheekbone is, and then as you continue to work down, you kind of feel where it like sinks in. So like here is the top of my cheekbone, I can feel it. But like right here is like where it dips in. So where that dip is where you want to accentuate. So that's where I'm going to place my brush. And also as far as placement, it might also help if you want to start from like the middle of your tragus and work your way down. I don't know if you can kind of tell, but like right here, this is my tragus, little fluffy. Say hi. And it like goes all the way down into right here. Now, I don't want to bring the contour all the way down to like the corner of my freaking mouth. You're gonna look crazy. Right where I like to lift off is like, I like to pat in and like stop right about here. You're definitely gonna be able to go in with another brush and diffuse all this out, but you also can kind of like sweep it up so that way you can already start the blending process. And I also like to carry this into my temples right here. It just works for me. You can play with the different shadows on your face and find what's flattering for you. I definitely would suggest doing this on a day where you don't have to go out. That way you don't look like you're crazy. But sit at home, play with your makeup, FaceTime your friends. Ask them, yo, do I look crazy or does this look cute? I also like to take this around the perimeter of my forehead because we all know that I have a huge forehead. And if you do, you definitely can fix that. Okay, so now that everything is kind of like laid out, obviously it's not blended, don't panic. I'm gonna go in with that Hibiscus Kiss color, and I'm gonna go with like a fluffy angled brush, and I'm just gonna like work that into the rest of the skin so that way everything blends nice together. This one I'm gonna carry a little bit further up from where I initially laid that contour down, especially that sharp line. I personally like the look of having like a sharp line. If that's not your thing, you can definitely just diffuse it more like big round circles. But for now, I'm just like running it along and kind of carrying it a little bit higher. The higher I go, the more far back I'm gonna keep it. And the lower I go, the more far out I'm gonna go. I'm also taking that around the perimeter of my forehead and just like diffusing all the lines, and especially right here in the temple. Okay, so now that I've pretty much diffused that, if you have any spots where you're like, whoa, chill out on the contour, then you can definitely go back in with your either foundation brush or your brush that you use with your setting powder and just kind of like go over everything. You see how that makes it look a little bit lighter? You can just go over that, make sure that everything is nice and blended and that you don't look like you're like that. Now, another thing that I like to do is I like to contour underneath here, especially because like, you know, it's not really the look I'm going for. I'm looking for like this. So I'm gonna go in with Caramel Cutie from Fenty Beauty. Beauty, I'm a rapper. So I'm gonna take that and I'm just like running it directly underneath my chin and kind of like bringing it back, like not down my neck, but like right where, right here. You know, I don't know what part of the body that's called. I don't think that has like a formal name or anything. And I'm also gonna take that and accentuate my jaw and bring it all the way to the back of my ear so that you can't clock me. You don't really know where that ends. Now that the face is snatched and I look like I got some color in my face, I'm gonna go in and we're gonna also do underneath my lip and the nose. So now that that's done, I'm gonna go ahead and contour underneath my lip. I know that sounds kind of crazy, but listen, I'm not saying that I have like paper thin lips, but I would like a little bit of assistance. So what I like to do is I like to go into my bronzer, and with this little dome shaped brush, what I do is get a little bit of the product, place it right underneath the bottom of my lip, and I press the color in from the middle and I just sweep left to right. Now my reason for doing this is to create more of a shadow so that it looks like I have like a huge bottom lip. You know what I mean? That it's just like pouring over my chin. Next, I'm gonna move on to contouring my nose, and in that same Caramel Cutie, I'm just gonna take that same brush, and if this is something that you're into, go for it. My nose, I don't have a problem with it, but on the days where I feel like being extra snatched like that, then I go ahead and I contour my nose. So I like to press it into the powder, but then dust it off because you don't want anything too crazy. And if anything, you also can kind of like blot it on the back of your hand first before you go in. Now, I like to follow the bridge of my nose. And if you, for any reason, need to like straighten out your nose or anything like that, or you're trying to like snatch it if it's a little bit more wide than you like, then I usually just follow exactly where I want the sides of my nose to be. So this is the bridge where I have already highlighted. So I'm just gonna take that and kind of run it along the sides. Now remember, if you put it too far out, then you're gonna make your nose look even wider. And if you follow the curve that your nose is going down, if your nose is not exactly straight, then that's the same thing that you're gonna end up with. You're just gonna accentuate it. So be mindful where you place down your contour and what kind of shape that you're going for. I also like to take that, and right here where it hits like the tip of my nose, I'm gonna make like a V shape, like right here. And you can also go ahead and bring that into like your inner corner, like underneath your eyebrow. If you don't know where to continue that line, don't just leave him there hanging, okay? No line will be abandoned, not on this face, and not on you for the rest of forever, because I told you better. You know better, do better. Thank you so much. Okay, so now that the contour on your nose is set, I'm gonna go ahead and just diffuse all that. I'm going back in with the same foundation brush that we used to diffuse the temples, and I'm just gonna like run that along the side of my nose. Don't rub too hard, very light pressure, but you're just blending that in. Alright guys, so that's it on the Contouring 101 video from the Basic series. Thank you so much for watching. So we're going to move on next to highlight and blush. If you like this video and you learned something, make sure that you throw me a like so that I know that this content is good and it's helping you out. That does so much for my itty bitty channel and I really, really appreciate it. Also make sure that you subscribe to your girl because I'm fun and I'm cute. Okay, that's all I'm saying. I'm pretty bright, I'm cute, and I'm loud, and I got it going on. And also make sure that you hit the notification bell. For you, just had a seizure. Make sure you hit the notification bell. It'll notify you every time that I post. That way you don't miss a beat in this beat. Also, make sure that you share this video, okay? If you have a cousin that over bronzes and you be at the family reunion and you don't want to take a picture of her because she looks crazy, share this video with her. And even if you don't have a cousin that does that, it's just embarrassing. I know you think about somebody who does that. So just share this video with them, you might as well. Because I'm helping everybody out, okay? Thank you so much for watching. I truly, 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 from the bottom of my heart, I really appreciate it. And I will catch you guys on the next one. Bye. What are you still doing here? There's other videos for you to watch from my channel. The top one here is going to be the next part of the series. If it's already out yet, I'll go ahead and link it right here and you can click it. If it's not there, that means that it's not out yet and you should subscribe so that you can see when it comes out. The bottom video is going to be the video that came before this so we can get you caught up so that you know what's really going on, okay? What are you waiting for? Go grab a snack and watch the next video. I'm waiting.